Takeaway Chinese, where you can take some Chinese away and experience progress day by day. Takeaway Chinese, we will promise you a difference.
你好，欢迎收听随行汉语 Welcome to Takeaway Chinese. I'm Niu Honglin with Steve Hatherley. Hello, Steve. Hello, everybody.
Day to you. How you doing?
I'm doing very well. And these days, I feel like time just goes by so fast. I have to do so many things. Every day feels like every hour is just very, very, very busy. Do you have the feeling that when you grow older, it seems that time goes faster?
Well, there's science behind that.
Really?
Yeah. So older people often perceive time as moving faster because of fewer novel experiences. So there's a lack of new memories being made and a proportional perception of time. Because when you're a kid,
everything's new.
Everything's new.
Exciting.
You have so many firsts, and they say that makes the experience very rich and it creates these detailed memories. And that's what makes the periods feel longer. But when you are a little bit older, life becomes more routine and there are fewer new events in your life. And that's why the perception of time seems to go faster in your life.
I always thought it's because when I'm young, when I was in primary school, I didn't have a lot of responsibilities. I don't have to worry about things. I just enjoy time. And when I'm there, wondering about nothing and just looking at time passing by.
Yeah.
I feel it's slow, but now you have to worry about so many different things, taking on all these responsibilities, and it's just like, shoo, everything's happening. And I thought it's the opposite.
Yeah, well, no, and it makes sense because talking about the proportional aspect of time, when you're a kid, a year takes up a significant, if you're only 10 years old.
Percentage of your time.
If you're only 10 years old, 1 year is 10% of your entire life. But unfortunately, that percentage shrinks the older that you get.
So sad.
So that's why it seems to fly by the older you get.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. I think in every language, we value our time quite a lot. In Chinese, we say 惜时如金.
惜时
如金. So 惜 is 珍惜, value, 珍惜.
珍惜.
时 stands for 时间, which is time. 时间.
时间.
如 is like, and 金 is gold. So you value time like you value gold.
Oh.
Yeah.
We have something similar in English. I don't know if it's the same thing. Time is money.
Oh, we have, I think
it's a little different, right? But it's
really,
somehow similar.
Yeah. And also we say 时间就是生命. Time is life. 时间 is time. 就是 exactly is. And 生命 is life. So, yeah, I think that makes sense. That your lifelong time is your life.
Yeah.
时间就是生命. So in every language, there are a lot of ways to express time. And most of them are, how do I put it? It's not related to each other. It's more like it can be directly translated. So people using different language would have no problem understand the unit of time. Like a day in Chinese is 一天, a week, 一周 or 一星期, and a month, 一个月. A year, 一年. These are the relatively easier ways to address time. And also exact time, as in what time is it? 现在几点了?
One more time.
现在.
现在.
现在 is now. 几点了? 几 is how many. 点 is point. 了 represents that as long as I ask this question, that moment has already passed. So it's kind of like a particle finishing or making the sentence complete.
现在几点了?
What's the time now?
I have a question. Why is it... I understood your explanation about le, but why can't we replace le with ma there?
To start with, you use ma to represent this as a yes or no question. It's not a yes or no question. And also, le is... You can omit le and people will still understand you, but le is there to make the sentence complete.
Okay, so if you say 现在几点,
People understand.
Okay,
It's okay.
You're asking what time it is, but the grammar is not perfect.
It's not as natural.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's more natural to put le at the end.
You can even say 现在几点啊? What's the time now? The here suggests a little bit of a confusing. You're very confused about the time for some reason.
Yeah, right. What time? Yeah, same in English. What time is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A bit more confusing. And to answer that question, you say 3点半. 3点 is 3 o'clock. 半 is half. So exactly half past 3.
3点半.
Yes. And you can also say 3点09分. So 3点 is 3 o'clock again. 0 is 0. 9 is 9. 分 is minute. So 9 minutes past 3.
Who answers like that?
Someone who's really,
Very specific.
really specific about time. Oh, I want to ask you.
It is 3:09 p.m. in the afternoon.
That's what I'm going to ask you. When it comes to time, people round things up, right?
I think so.
It's
Let me
not a
check
Chinese
my
thing.
brain because I didn't think about this ever, maybe.
It's not a cultural thing. It's a human thing.
Yeah, if it's 3:09, we would say 10 after 3 in English, probably.
Or almost 10 after 3.
No, we'd probably just say 10 after 3. We wouldn't say it's almost 10 after 3 if it's 3:09 because that's too close to the right?
Okay, I'm asking that because not only are people answering questions and referring to time, rounding things up, I don't know if you have the habit, but I do, is that if I am trying to delay doing something, if I'm procrastinating, when I'm lying on bed, I will tell myself, okay, I will rest for 5 more minutes, or I will rest till 1/4 the round hour time, like 9:15. It's like I cannot start doing something if the time is not a round number.
Probably say quarter after. So do you have, okay, sorry, I'm going to come back
For
to your...
me, 5 minutes is a unit. I can only do things.
In 5-minute intervals?
Yes.
How do you say quarter after in Chinese? And let me ask you this. Do you express it that way?
We do.
Okay.
To start with, a quarter in Chinese is 一刻.
So 3点1刻.
Perfect.
Quarter after 3.
Perfect. For some people, I think some people in the country, they would say 3刻, which is 3/4, or 1/4 to 3 o'clock, which is 2:45. But I don't. So I think it might be a geographical difference. People from different places would have different habits. And we also say 差1刻3点. So 1/4 to 3.
Do you ever express the specific numbers? So for example, if you wanted to say, 2:45, can you say...
2点45.
Oh, you say...
I do. We do.
Okay. You don't say...
1/4 to 3.
You don't say
We don't say we say 2.
for 2. You say
No.
liao. See, now this is confusing.
It's not confusing. It's just, there's no reason for that. That's why I'm cutting
That's
you off.
why it's confusing.
There's no reason. You have to remember it. And when it comes to time, there are so many things that are not explainable,
Yep.
if I can say that.
I know what you
For
mean.
instance, 2个礼拜 is fine. So 2 measure word 个礼拜 is a week. 2 weeks, that's fine. 2个月 2 months, fine. 2个年 2 years, no, just say 2年 2 years. No, don't ask me why. Just remember them. And also 2个天, no, just 2天, 2 days.
I got used to this living in Korea as well. There's just, in English, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But there's different ways, whether you're counting something, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or whether you're telling time on a clock or something like that. It's just a different way of doing it. So I understand that. Okay, so what were you talking about before?
I can only do things or start doing, that's not true. It's just when I'm procrastinating, I will start at least with a 5-minute unit. Do you have that problem? When you are lying on bed, do not want to wake up or do not want to get up, you're already awake, and you tell yourself, okay, 7:30, that's when I will get up. I would just, waste several minutes.
No. No, I just kind of get up. Like the alarm set, I don't hit snooze. I just get up.
How about when you're watching short videos on your social media? You say, I need to stop, but 2 more minutes.
No, this is what I do. Like if I have to do something, like if I have to wash the dishes or something and I'm playing with my phone, or I have to go out to buy milk or something like that, and I don't want to do it, then I do the 10-second rule. And the 10-second rule is, doesn't matter whether you want to do it or not, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, don't think, just get up. Don't think, just do it. Don't think, just do it.
Oh, I like that. Well, in Chinese, or maybe not only in Chinese, for different people, we have 3-second rule. That is if you drop your food on the table.
A universal thing.
It's a universal thing, huh?
Where did that come from?
I don't think it's scientific.
Well, no, it's definitely not scientific. In fact, there are stories about that on the internet. Like, can we trust that rule or not? Some people say the 3-second rule. Others say the 5-second rule.
Yes.
I've applied even the 7 or 10-second rule.
That's not cool.
Yeah, don't do the 1-day rule. You know, if you drop it and pick it
no.
up tomorrow.
No.
That's
But
funny.
we do the 1-day rule to leftover food.
Oh, of course.
See, time is important to human beings.
Yeah.
And have you ever wondered how would ancient people manage or measure time? They didn't have a clock.
They had the sun.
Yeah, but they cannot have a very specific time period. For example, if you make an appointment with someone and you want them to wait for you for a while, it's really a while. And if you're having a meeting, you cannot say, oh, let's meet for an hour. You have to say, how do you do that? Because we have a way in Chinese, and I'll explain a bit later.
I don't know how we do that.
Ancient days.
But I'm wondering if that's why Chinese is so poetic. We will meet by the river until the sun is directly overhead.
No.
Right?
Yeah, we sometimes do
That's
that.
kinda that's how people would have to explain.
There are other romantic ways to express time in ancient Chinese or in ancient China in general. For instance, people would say the time that one finish a cup of tea.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure people finish a cup of tea with different time period.
Right.
But it's, usually around 10 to 15 minutes.
So, for example, like what? Like, let's meet after when the tea is finished?
It's usually used in literature. For example, they did these things and 过了一盏茶的时间, the time passed. The time passed is equal to the time that one would use to finish a cup of tea.
Yes.
So after around 10 minutes, but after a cup of tea time, this happened.
Well, we do have those types of expressions because,
But are they fixed?
well,
Relatively speaking, because 一盏茶, 1 cup of tea, is very fixed. By saying fixed, I mean it's even almost universal in China. If you say 一盏茶的时间, people kind of know how long it is, and people all around the country use that as a time reference.
So that means about 15 minutes or so.
In ancient days, not now. Now, you cannot ask me how long because I think people have different understanding and stop using it for a while. I think the understanding also varies a little bit.
Because we do have like English expressions. For example, it happened in the blink of an eye. Right? And that's a time comparison without mentioning a specific amount of time.
Yes, we have those as well. I think 一眨眼的功夫, that's how we say it. 一眨眼, 眨眼 is a blink of an eye.
一眨眼的功夫.
功夫 is another way, an ancient way of saying time. Not really ancient. Sometimes people still use it. It's just you have to use it in the right correlation, in the right fixed phrases.
So, like, I'll be there in the blink of an eye type thing, or
it has to be really fast. I think I first encountered this expression in martial art novels.
Okay.
Because you're trying to say they fight so fast because one
It
martial art hero is very good and just...
We usually say, like, it happened in the blink of an eye. Like, when something happens so fast. And that's a reference to how fast something happens.
Yes, we have that too.
Oh, and that's why in the Kung Fu movies.
Yes. And also another very common time reference is 一炷香.
一炷香.
一炷香 is after one stroll or just one stick of incense finished. When you light up that incense and have it start emitting and just when that's finished.
And
that's around a half an hour to an hour.
Right. So that makes sense because, again, we're talking ancient China times when you didn't have a clock and you'd have to find anything around
to measure time.
To measure it. We have those types of expressions as well, kind of. Have you heard this one before? I'll be there in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail.
No, what is that?
Well, a sheep, a lamb. How long does it take them to shake their tail twice?
Really, really fast.
Right? So that's what that means.
Do you have anything to measure a real period of time instead of saying it's really fast?
Yeah, how do we say something as slow? Well, we do have an expression for that, like it's as slow as molasses. Molasses is like this sugary syrup thing that you spread on bread or something. And when you pour it, it takes forever to come out.
I get it.
So that would be a reference for something that takes a long time or is slow.
It's more of a way to express something instead of a metaphor or a measurement kind of expression.
Yeah, right.
How about time-related idioms and old sayings? Because we have a lot in China, and many of them, I think, are also quite romantic. You mentioned that a blink of an eye would be very, very fast. We also have something related to eye, that is 一眼万年.
一眼万年.
That is a very romantic expression. 一眼 is one look. So you see someone for a minute, you just take a look at them, and it feels like you've experienced 10,000 of years.
Is that positive?
It is positive. It's saying that you had this really deep and profound feeling and you look at him and maybe it's because something you experienced together, maybe it's because you fell in love for the first sight and it feels like already forever and it's like a really long time.
That's interesting. The reason I asked you if that was positive is because I think we might express it in the opposite way in English. Like it feels
time
like
stops.
Yeah, there's that one. Time stopped when I saw you. Or it feels like we just met yesterday.
I think it feels like time stopped when I saw you is kind of like that because you can't possibly just stand there and look at that person for 2 hours or something. But the feeling is like time is stretched longer. You're feeling more things in the same unit of time.
Yeah, time froze.
Yes. I think it's that. 一眼万年. And of course, there are easy ones like 一见钟情.
一见钟情.
一见 is meet for once. 钟情 is fell in love. So fell in love at first sight.
Oh, see, that's a universal thing too, isn't
it?
All of these little time expressions are so often cross-cultural. Which brings us back to the point that I always make that because we're human beings, we express the same things. We express the same emotions, the same intents, which I kind of like.
Yeah, it's very romantic. And we already mentioned at the very beginning of the show that we cherish time and we have the 惜时如金, cherish time like we cherish money. There are other expressions with that sentiment like 一寸光阴一寸金, 寸金难买寸光阴. It's saying a small piece or a small period of time is like a small piece of gold, yet you can't really purchase that small piece or small period of time with your little piece of gold. So no, even though we're saying they're as valuable as each other, the fact is time is much more valuable.
Because of the gold reference.
Yes, because gold is valuable, but you can't really purchase with it.
Okay, let's play a little game. I'll give you an English idiom, and let's see if there's an equivalent one in Chinese.
Okay.
Yeah. How about this sentence? I got there in the nick of time. In the nick of time means at the last possible second. So, for example, the bus comes and you're running, and just before the bus leaves, you get on the bus.
I think we have something like that. We talked about 点 being an hour, or we know an hour is 1小时, 1 hour. But when you're talking about specific time period, you use 点, a point, because 3点 is the 3 point on the clock, right? So it's 点. And in Chinese, we have a word 踩点.
踩点.
踩 is step on.
Okay.
And you say 我是踩点到的. So I was stepping on the deadline. And I arrived, right?
Yeah, it's exactly the same thing.
Yes.
I was stepping on the deadline. Okay, teach me how to say that one again.
踩点
踩点.
我是踩点到的 I arrived stepping on the deadline. 踩点
我是踩点到的.
到 is arrive.
到的.
Yes, so I am there stepping on the deadline. And sometimes people would also say 不要踩点到. Don't just, arrive at the very last second.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like
Like
that.
for a job interview.
No,
Don't
do
arrive
that.
in the nick
No.
of time.
No.
我是踩点到的.
Yes, 我是踩点到的 I am stepping on the deadline when I arrived.
Okay, let's do one last one. Ooh, this one's fun. Once in a blue moon.
Ah.
Something that happens rarely. So, do you go to the movies often? Once in a blue moon. Meaning almost never. It's so rare that I do that.
Okay, so there are two that I can think of, but they are slightly different from each other. One is, 哟，太阳打西边出来了.
That's quite long. You're going to have to
It
slow
is.
down.
太阳 is the sun.
太阳.
打 or 从 is from. 西边 is the west. 出来 is appear or rise. I'm saying, ooh, look at this. The sun is rising from the west. It means that this never happens.
Yeah. Okay, right.
So this is a bit romantic, but also a little bit ironic. You're making fun of the person and you don't use it on yourself because you're making fun of the person. So you can't really use that to say 太阳打西边出来. To answer your question, how often do you go to the movie theater? You can't.
I go to the movies when the sun rises in the west.
See, that's
because
not,
it never happens.
it never happens. So this one is not used to describe the fact that something happens so rarely. It's saying it's almost impossible. So I don't think it's exactly a time reference, but I kind of think it
I understand.
has something to do with the one you were describing. And another one I can think of is relatively more time related and also neutral. That is 百年不遇.
百年不遇.
百 is 100. 年 is year. 不遇 is not happening. Or 百年一遇 happen once within 100 years.
百年不遇.
百年不遇 or 百年一遇.
So it happens once every... So that's closer to once in a blue moon then.
Yeah, it's once every 100 year or not even once every 100 years. The reason I am stressing this is that in college, one of my courses was related to the basic knowledge about architecture. And at that time, I learned that for major bridges, for example, library, and sometimes even for like public architectures, these things, they have standards, and also dams, they have standards. And the standards are usually the kind of tolerance to natural disasters that has happened once every 50 years or every 100 years. That's the standard. You have to be able to withstand that level of disaster. So 百年一遇的, for example, 洪水 flood, your dam has to be strong enough to withstand that. Time reference.
百年不遇.
百年不遇 or 百年一遇.
How often do you go to the library? 百年一遇.
Yeah, you can say that. It's
right?
like I never go.
It's basically like saying I never go. But it's a more fun way to express yourself. And this is what I always used to... I think this is good advice for learners of any second language. True for English, but also true for Chinese. You can learn the word rarely, right? How do you say rarely in Chinese?
不常见.
不常见.
不常见 is not often seen.
So if somebody asks you a question like that, you can answer with that would be like a textbook way of answering someone, right?
Yes.
Yeah. But if you said 百年一遇, that's not a textbook way of answering
it's a fun
someone.
way.
And I always used to tell my students of English, and I keep this in mind as I was a student of Korean and now a student of Chinese, learning these fun little ways to express a simple thing shows more of your character and more of your personality, and it makes you more relatable. Because learning from a textbook is great and it's fine, but if you only do that, then you sound like a textbook when you speak the language,
Yes.
right? And there's
Yes.
nothing wrong with that per se. It's just that it doesn't allow much of your character or color to come out. So I would always encourage my students to learn expressions like this in English, and I would encourage listeners of Takeaway Chinese to learn these types of expressions as well.
Yes, and that's why here on the show, we'd love to give you the kind of expressions that are not that often used maybe in your daily language, but they're fun. And on top of showing your character through these expressions and ways of saying things, you also would have an idea of how Chinese people think and how they see the world and how they use the metaphor.
Yeah.
Just one last example, like a blink of an eye. That's how you say, oh, you blink, and that's a really fast time. In Chinese, we also say 弹指之间.
弹指之间.
弹指 is snap your fingers.
Snap your fingers.
So it's the time that you use to snap your fingers.
弹指之间.
Yes, it's just a really short period of time. So see, tells me perhaps in ancient China, people would even snap their fingers. How fun is that? Knowing a little bit more language would mean that you're also learning a bit more about that culture.
Of course people in ancient China snap their fingers.
Really?
Do you think it started in like 1996?
But that is really a modern gesture and everything.
I don't know about that, but yeah, no, you're right. And it's fun to know all these little, I love the reference to the burning incense stick, to the drinking of the cup of tea. This is what people referenced because those would be things that they could find in their home or activities that they would do often, and they turn them into expressions of time.
Yes, and let us know what are some metaphors, expressions related to time, but also not that specific time. In your language, let us know how your people used to view time, use time, and describe time. I think that would be a fun thing to leave in the comment area of Takeaway Chinese. And that brings us to the end of today's show. Thank you so much for listening. 感谢收听，我们下次再见。
Thank you so much, and we'll see you next time.